2 years ago, Michael Olise was at Crystal Palace, a talented winger with injury problems, a player most fans outside the Premier League had never heard of. Today, he's the Bundesliga Player of the Season, back-to-back league champion, DFB-Pokal winner, Champions League semi-finalist, World Cup star, and the man everyone in football is talking about. 52 goal contributions in 52 games this season with Bayern. 22 goals, 29 assists, numbers that nobody in Europe can match from a winger. And the thing is, it's not just the stats. It's what the people around him are saying, the teammates, the coaches, the legends. Something is clear, Michael Olise is good and everyone knows it. But how good is Michael Olise? And what do the players actually say when they're asked about him? Let's find out. To understand why everyone is talking about Michael Olise, you have to understand what he's done in the last 2 years, because the trajectory doesn't make sense. At Crystal Palace, Olise was talented, everyone could see that. But he played 19 games in his final season. Injuries kept him out. The team was mid-table, and when Bayern Munich came calling with 60 million euros, people wondered if it was too much for a player who'd never played in Europe. 2 years later, those people look foolish. In his first season, Olise won the Bundesliga. He was named Rookie of the Season, 12 goals, 15 assists across all competitions. Bayern fans were already comparing him to the legends who'd worn that shirt before him, but then win back-to-back titles for the first time since the peak years. In the Champions League, he scored 4 goals and provided 7 assists. He destroyed Atalanta in the round of 16. He tormented Real Madrid across both legs of the quarterfinal, including a stoppage-time winner in the second leg to send Bayern through. He dragged Bayern to the semi-finals with performances that made the entire continent pay attention. And then came the individual recognition. Bundesliga Player of the Season. The Bundesliga's official statement said it all. Michael Olise is a spectacular player who can make the difference. He has made his mark with his dynamism, finesse, consistency, and goals. He's developed into a poster boy for the league on a national and international level. At 24, Olise has won more trophies than most players do in a career, individual awards stacking up. And now he's at the World Cup, carrying France as one of the tournament's most dangerous players. But the numbers only tell part of the story, because when you listen to what the people around him are saying, the teammates, the coaches, the legends, you realize why everyone believes the ceiling is nowhere near reached. If this is changing how you see Olise, hit subscribe. More stories like this every week. Let's start with Harry Kane. Kane has played alongside world-class wingers throughout his career. Gareth Bale, Son Heung-min at Tottenham, Leroy Sané, Kingsley Coman, Serge Gnabry at Bayern. He knows what elite looks like. He's scored over 350 career goals. He's seen everything. But when Kane was asked about Michael Olise after Bayern knocked out Real Madrid in the Champions League quarterfinals, he didn't hesitate, and he went further. The partnership between Kane and Olise has been ridiculous this season. They've combined for over 100 goal contributions. Kane is the finisher, Olise is the creator, and together they've formed one of the most dangerous attacking partnerships in European football. But it's not just Kane. Kylian Mbappe, speaking to L'Équipe before France's World Cup opener against Senegal, was asked about every member of the squad. When he got to Olise, he said something that tells you exactly where this player stands. That's Mbappe, one of the best players on the planet, saying Olise isn't just good now, he's the future. That's the thing about Olise. He doesn't talk, he doesn't do interviews, he doesn't chase headlines. But at the World Cup, on the biggest stage in football, he's done his talking with his feet. Man of the match on debut against Senegal, 2 assists against Iraq, 3 assists in 2 games, leading the entire tournament's assist charts. Now let's talk about Vincent Kompany. Kompany played with Kevin De Bruyne at Manchester City. He managed world-class talent at Burnley. He knows what elite looks like from both sides, as a player and as a coach. And from the moment Olise arrived at Bayern, Kompany has been clear about what he's seeing. Before Bayern's Champions League quarterfinal against Real Madrid, Kompany was asked directly, "Is Michael Olise already one of the best players in the world?" His answer was emphatic, and then came the comparison that made everyone pay attention. after Bayern destroyed Atalanta 6-1 in the Champions League. Company said,
I don't want to compare the players because they are not the same players at all, but the mentality when I played with Kevin De Bruyne, I was lucky to watch him come through as a young player and see him become a superstar, a world star. And I saw the whole process, and it is that obsession for detail, and Michael has that.
Kevin De Bruyne, 4-time Premier League champion, 2-time Premier League Player of the Season, one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. That's the comparison Company is making about his 24-year-old winger. But the quote that might matter most came from Thierry Henry. After Olise's masterclass against Real Madrid, Henry sat down on CBS and explained exactly what makes him different.
There is something that Michael does ever so well and that wingers do not do. As soon as he controls it, he squares you straight away. And because you know he can go right or left, you have to respect that. If you look at every time he controls the ball, he turns straight away on the guy, straight away. So that means he can see the line, he can see inside. If you stay like that, it's a bit more difficult. When he controls the ball, he turns straight away and he starts to go another 1v1. Those are the players we want to see. Whether it's Lamine Yamal or Michael Olise, please carry on playing the way you're playing because you're making it very enjoyable for everybody.
Even Jamie Carragher couldn't help but say how truly special Olise is. Henry is saying Olise doesn't just react to the game, he predicts it. And that's why defenders can't stop him. They know he's going to cut inside. They know he's going to shoot. And he still beats them, because by the time they've reacted to what he's doing, he's already anticipated their reaction and adjusted. Kane says he's the best winger in the world. Mbappe calls him the player of today and tomorrow. Company compares him to De Bruyne. Henry says he sees the game differently than anyone else. That's 4 of the most qualified voices in football, and they're all saying the same thing. So what happens next? Right now, Michael Olise is at the World Cup, and he's already running the show. In his first game, France versus Senegal at MetLife Stadium, he played the full 90 minutes and was their chief creator. He assisted Mbappe's goal, the one that made him France's all-time leading scorer. He created 4 chances. He covered more ground than any player on the pitch. He was named Man of the Match. Then came Iraq. France won 3-0 in Philadelphia, a match that included a 2-hour storm delay. Olise started again, and again he was the architect. He set up Mbappe's first goal with a precise pass. He then drove at the Iraq defense and fed Dembélé for France's third. 2 more assists, another masterclass. After 2 group games, Olise leads the entire World Cup in assists with 3. France have 6 points, a +5 goal difference, and are already through to the knockout rounds. And this is just the group stage. Before the tournament, he scored a hat-trick against Northern Ireland in France's final warm-up game, a statement of intent. And now, at the biggest tournament in football, he's delivering on that promise. Think about what's on the table. If France win this World Cup and Olise plays the way he's been playing, what's left to argue about? The Ballon d'Or conversation becomes very short. Luis Figo, the man who won the Ballon d'Or in 2000, was asked about Olise at the Laureus World Sports Awards. His answer tells you where this is heading. The contract at Bayern runs until 2029. Real Madrid are interested. Bayern's Karl-Heinz Rummenigge has publicly stated they wouldn't sell him even for 200 million euros. Right now, Bayern aren't selling because they know what they have. And based on what everyone is saying, the teammates, the coaches, the legends, and based on what we're watching at this World Cup, the ceiling isn't even visible yet. At 24, Olise is doing things that players don't do until they're 28, 29, at the absolute peak of their careers. And he's doing them at a World Cup for the whole world to see. Next season, Bayern will build around him even more. The Kane-Olise-Diaz partnership will enter its 3rd year. The Champions League, the one trophy missing, will be the target. And if this World Cup run ends with a winner's medal, everything is possible. Bundesliga, Champions League, Ballon d'Or, everything. So when it comes to how good is Michael Olise, we can already be certain that he is one of the best in the world. He proved it in Germany all season long. He proved it in the Champions League. And now he's proving it at the World Cup, in front of the biggest audience in football. And he's only just getting started. At 24 years old, Michael Olise is just getting started. And based on what everyone is saying, the scary part is that this might only be the beginning.